Y'all, my lock journey is officially over. If you want to know why, keep watching. Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the returning family. If this is your first time watching, my name is Lady T, and I talk all things lifestyle, health, and beauty. Okay, so I cover my lock journey, VSG journey, and just all things lifestyle. Okay, so y'all know that I started a microloc journey. I would say probably, I think it was a year this month actually. And y'all, I'll tell you, it's been a journey. It's been a learning experience indeed. But I came to the realization that I really did not do my proper research and due diligence. Well, I thought I did. And I guess you can't just really prepare for everything on a particular journey until you actually walk the walk, you know, and actually get on the road. I mean, so I had to make the tough decision to comb out my locks. Okay. So I'm currently, y'all see this on my head? I'm currently in the process of combing out my locks. I did cut my hair, so it is very short. I do plan on doing like a cute little pixie cut for just a number of reasons. Video is not to bash anyone, but to just tell my experience that it may help somebody else, okay? Because I have watched video after video after video about people's locks journeys, how they had a loctician from hell, just different stuff, the horror stories that they had concerning, you know, their lock journey. And so, you know, I just kind of took it all in, not thinking that it would happen to me. Okay. So, oh goodness. All right. So starting off with my hair, I transitioned for at least about, I would probably say a good 1 year, 2 years, that I had no perms at all. I would wear different styles like braids, crochets, wigs, things like that to keep heat out of my head, right? Because my hair does not like heat. I noticed that when I put a lot of heat in it, that it begins to break off and things like that. So I did that, but then after I saw the length that my hair was, even though it was two different textures, we had the new growth that was coming in, and we had the relaxed part that was still on there. Even though, you know, it was two different textures there, my hair was long, like it was like down my back, right? So I said, you know what, I want to get out of these wigs, crochets, all that, and I want to start wearing my hair. At least let me enjoy the journey of having this before I have to cut the relaxed ends out. So I started getting silk presses, right? So I'm getting the silk presses. Oh, beautiful hair just flowing. It's just something about a good, just, oh, good silk press, right? So it's silk press season, y'all. Yeah, it was a season for me too, okay? And I came out of the season with heat damage, all right? And I already knew that I was planning on getting locks, and that was something that wasn't smart on my part. So, because I had heat damage, right? And of course, you want your hair in the healthiest state that it can be before you get locks, okay? So what I did was when I knew I was about to get the locks, I cut as much as the heat damage, parts off as I could. I tried to cut off as much as I could. And so my hair ended up being like this length right here. But I really had major damage in the top part, of course, because you're, with the flat iron and all of that good stuff. you probably tend to, put more heat on this section to really like lay it down and things like that. Since that part had a lot of major, this whole part right here and some on the side. So I tried to cut it as much as I could so I could get my hair ready and prep for the microlocs, right? So this was the first red flag, okay? Being me, I didn't know that it's very, very important that your hair be at the best state possible. However you start out on the journey, if you have heat damage ends and stuff like that, it's going to affect how your hair looks, okay? So that was one thing, I thought maybe, well, I'm going to, go ahead and get it. And then, of course, I got extensions too. So I was like, that will cover up any heat damage, parts or imperfections or anything like that. So I'm thinking I'm covered, right? So I get along in the journey. I believe it was around 4 months into the journey that I started kind of losing some extensions. And I lost one over here in particular. And when I lost it, I didn't worry about putting it back in, right? And so within a short matter of time, I'm like, my hair is already locked here. Like, wow, that was quick. So I'm like, I wonder if I take these extensions out, if, my hair will lock faster, right? So I began to take the extensions out and everything like that. And it was a sight, right? And if you have been following the journey, you can definitely, I believe I did a video. And plus I have a whole playlist concerning my lock journey if you want to go back and, on your own time and, binge watch that, kind of keep up with the details, kind of see what I'm talking about. So I take the extensions out and I'm just like, okay, now I'm back to these two textures, because at this point, the part that was near my scalp, at least about that much was pretty much locked, it had the appearance of locks, right? But the rest of it was kind of straight. So I kind of debated, I'm like, man, if I cut my hair, it's going to be shorter than what I'm comfortable with, right? So I was like, okay, well, let me do more styles like Bantu knots, flexi rod sets, anything that kind of camouflage it. But it was like, it gets to a point of time, like, I'm tired of doing this, right? Like, should I cut? Is it more beneficial to keep them or cut them? And I believe I posed a question on my TikTok. Well, I was asking, people there, because I have a lot of lock queens that follow me. We follow each other. So I'm asking for advice. I asked my loctician, what do you think? And everybody was like, don't cut them, they'll lock, and all this. So I said, okay. So I progress on, keep doing the styles. And then after a while, I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. This is prep work. I know that locks require maintenance, but I was trying to steer away from having to set my hair and do all this other kind of stuff for me to be able to wear my hair out. I felt like it was work, right? The type of maintenance and work that I really did not want to do unless I wanted a particular style. I didn't want it to be mandatory for me to have to do this, do the roller sets, do all of that, so that I can, my locks can look good if I wear them out. So I started wearing a wig. And I said, well, let me start wearing a wig, because I was so tempted to just clip the ends off and just go with it at that point. And everybody was like, don't cut them. So I said, okay, I'm not going to cut them. So some months passed, right? And I always say, never, ever, right, ignore that gut feeling that you have that something is not quite right. All right. So fast forwarding to last week, and I'm looking at my locks, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, something is not right here. And I watched enough YouTube videos to really be able to tell when something is not right. Even though they look pretty, they were gorgeous, I was more concerned with the health of my hair. And I know what will happen if the proper maintenance and techniques are not done on your hair. You'll have problems later on with your locks. And who wants to have problems with your hair, especially after the investment, the money that it costs to get them installed, the upkeep, the time, all that? Who wants to have problems with your hair, especially if they can be avoidable, right? So I'm looking at my hair, and I'm just seeing holes just all the way down the lock, the part that was locked. And I'm just like, in the way that they were spaced, that let me know that was from my reties. So I know that if you get holes in your locks, that means that when your retie is done, that person or you go through the same way that you went the prior time, and that creates a hole, right? So I start getting like, okay, maybe I need to get a second opinion about this, see if this is something that I need to address with my loctician. It was some other issues like slippage, breakage. I wish I would have taken a picture. I had a lock that was right here, and literally the lock, it was it was about that long, right? And it was this part and this part was hanging on just by a thin piece of hair. And I'm like, what is going on with my locks? And they started breaking off, right? And I really believe it's because, I had slippage that was not addressed when it should have been addressed, okay? So I was kind of livid, but I said, I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm not going to, jump down anybody's throat until I get a second opinion to see what I need to do. Do I just need to start over on the journey? Do I need to, I know that these things can be repaired, but how much is this going to cost? So that's a factor too. I go set up an appointment with another loctician, and when she saw my hair, she was like, well, they're cute, but you got holes all up and down your locks. And she was like, did you have heat damage or something when you? I said, yeah, I did. I said, and I tried to cut out as much as I could. I said, but I still had some because I did not want to cut too much off and make my hair too short. And so she was like, well, in that case, then you should have gotten them interlocked from root to tip. And I said, my sentiments exactly. That's the same thing that I thought, just from watching other people's journeys and, people that have sister locks that may have relaxed ends or something like that, they, of course, interlock from the root to the tip. So I'm like, okay, I'm already kind of feeling like my person that does my hair is not as knowledgeable of things. Like, she does an excellent install and things, but when it comes to the maintenance part, I'm not gonna say she's not knowledgeable. Let me take that back. But I will say that she goes super fast, right? And it's all about, let me hurry up and get this retie done, and you're not really looking at the lock to see, okay, are there holes? And it's like, is this something we need to repair? Even if you can't do it then, right? Even if you can't fix it then, tell me, say, hey, you got a couple of holes in your locks. Can you come back another day? Let me just repair something. Let me know something, because I feel like if I'm paying you my money, you establish my locks, and you should be concerned with the health of my hair too. Am I wrong? Y'all drop a comment down. Let me know if I'm wrong. I mean, I understand that sometimes repairs and all of that's a whole separate service that has to be done on a different time. I understand that. I get it. But why was it not brought up? You saw it, because I saw it. And you're the expert, right? So what are we doing here? I don't have money to just give away. So I'm just like, okay. I was livid when I left the other loctician's shop, because I'm like, I feel like I've been played. I guess I wasn't supposed to know that something was wrong with my hair and, things like that. But the type of person that I am, I'm going to do my research, right? I may not know everything about everything, but I'm going to know when something is kind of off and not right, to really look into it and everything. Give me some time to cool off, because I'm looking at the money and the time. This is not cheap. Then the loctician that I went to, she was telling me her prices very, very expensive. Like, this to repair the damage to my hair was gonna cost over $1,000 some dollars. So y'all see why I'm pissed now? So I'm like, I've already invested so much money into my hair already. I can't do it anymore, So I was kind of on the fence about, maybe I should just, comb them out and get them reinstalled, or just cutting it off, get it in a cute pixie style, and just going on by my business, take it as a lesson learned and all of that. So I reached out to my person that did my hair, and I let her know that I was very displeased, and the things that was going on with, my locks and everything, and how I really was under the impression that it would have been addressed during our appointments and everything. And so she was like, oh no, like she was really sweet about it. I will give her that. She was sweet. And like I said, I'm not on here to bash anybody, but this is a learning experience that I want to share, just in case any one of you guys are trying to go on this journey, and are you looking into going on this journey, and you're trying to look for a loctician. These are the things that you want to definitely look out for. You want somebody that's knowledgeable in not only the install, but how to retie correctly, and also know how to do repairs. Okay, because you got some that, you know, they could be a beast at the install, you know, in the reties, but fall short in the other areas, because eventually in your lock journey you're gonna need something repaired on your locks. Okay, and the danger is, if you don't get it repaired, then eventually they're gonna fall out. Your locks are gonna fall out. I'm telling you, I got 2 of them sitting on the table by my bed, right? And I'm like, what is going on? Like, my locks are coming out, and I mean, they were just breaking off, and I'm just like, oh my God. So you definitely want someone that's knowledgeable. Make sure that they're a certified, like a braider, someone that does braids and things like that. Not the same as a loctician, right? It's a whole different ball game being certified as a loctician. Okay, so that's one thing. Then you take in consideration the health of your hair. So that's why I explained that first, because I'm not putting it all on her. Some of it too is, you know, the condition of my hair with the heat damage and things like that. But still, they could have been put in a different way, and I probably wouldn't have had as much slippage, breakage, things like that, right? If they had been interlocked or at least braided, you know. But like I said, I don't know these things. I'm not, that's why I go to somebody that's supposed to be trained in these things to let me know that, hey, because this is going on with your hair, we need to start your locks with this method. That's what is supposed to happen, but it didn't happen. I'm going to tell you the process, right? And these were red flags that now that I'm looking back at them, that I just totally ignored. I thought it was strange, but I ignored them. But one was, there was no consultation. Usually locticians will do a consultation because they want to look at the health of your hair. They want to look and make sure that you know, that you're a good candidate, you know, and they want to see, kind of judge, and some of them will put some tester locks in to just kind of see what size will work best for your hair. I mean, I believe all of that is very vital. None of that was done. It was like, hey, you want them? Here you go. You know, send me a picture. I sent the picture. Okay, we good. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, because most of the time, you know, you have to do a consultation first. Like, they be having on their website, like, book a consultation first. So that's one thing too. If they say, just send me a picture, I mean, it's so many ways you can do things. Even if you're going to a stylist that is out of town, I'm pretty sure that they do maybe Zoom appointments or something. Just something where you can, you know, the person can actually see your hair. It matters, y'all. You know, because once you're sitting there in the chair getting your install in, so that just kind of lets me know that it's kind of a you doing everybody's stuff the same size, same. It don't matter about your hair density. It don't matter about none of that. Everybody gets the same size, you know, all of that. So that was a red flag. And the next thing was, you know, with the extensions. Another reason why I did away with the extensions, because I noticed that it was so much hair on my strands, on some of the strands, to where it was actually thinning my hair. As the lock, you know, the hair was kind of pulling, my hair was coming in, it was like putting a strain. Like, you could tell it was like a string of hair, and then you got this big bulky, you know, extension. And that's one reason why I took them out. And then it made it very painful when it was time to do my reties, because you got this bulky piece of hair that's going through this little bitty. It just, I was like, no. So that was the next thing was, you know, if you decide to go that route and get extensions, make sure that the hair ratio is on point. The piece of hair that they add should not be bigger than the strand, right? I mean, this is not like doing box braids or anything. And see, and that's what I mean by you're not a certified loctician if you're a braider, because it's a different technique that has to be done. Even though it's still, you know, feed in, still, you know, you're dealing with a smaller piece of hair, right? And you're adding hair onto that little box of hair. You're not gonna put as much hair on there as you would if you were doing box braids or something like that, right? I know that, and I'm not a hairstylist. So I'm currently I hate to even show my hair, y'all, but I guess I do need to show y'all my hair. But I'm currently in the middle of taking them out. Y'all look a hot mess. So I've already completed this part right here. I've been working on it all day while I was at work, things like that. And so I still have this part and this part. So basically what I did first, since I know I'm gonna get like a short style, I just went on and cut off, you know, a lot of it, so I wouldn't have as much to kind of undo. But yeah, this is how your girl is looking right now, looking like a plucked head chicken. But this is where I'm at, y'all. This is where I'm at. So I'm probably gonna be working on this for the next couple of days. I'm gonna work on some more tonight. But I do want it for anybody that is looking to remove your locks. I'm gonna show y'all really quick how I'm removing them. Okay. All right. So most people that I've seen on YouTube, they have been removing their hair by, you know, wetting it, putting conditioner, things like that on it. But I decided it was really, I mean, I started doing it dry, and it's been working. So I do have a crochet needle here, and so on some of them I've been using this end to just kind of start at the end and just kind of pick up, and then I've used this to kind of do that, so comb them out. So but they really haven't been hard to remove, and I believe it's because, you know, even though my hair kind of gives that lock, you know, appearance, they're not just so locked and tangled where I can't, you know, get rid of them. So if you have like a rat tail comb or something, it's probably be better than this one, because the bristles are a little bit smaller and sharper. You can really get down in there, and maybe it won't take as long to kind of comb it out. But yeah, locks can be combed out. Maybe I should try another piece, because that one's kind of difficult. Looks like that one's gonna take me a little bit longer to do. So I haven't lost too much hair. Just a considerable amount. So it's a given, because as your locks are forming, of course your hair is shedding, and we lose so much hair, and that hair has nowhere to go. So guess what? It gets wrapped up inside the lock, and that's really what aids in the locking of your hair. So you'll see that is coming up. So I know some of you may say, well, those are just normal issues that happen on this lock journey and things like that. And yeah, that's true too. But I guess I was at a point where I was over it. I think I was just over it, and deep down I really wanted just a change. And it really took this to force me to make a decision on a change. so yeah. But I will say, the lady, she was a sport about it, and she actually offered. She told me, she said, well, what I can do is repair the holes, and I can, so y'all can see. She said, I can repair the holes, and then give you free reties for the rest of the year, right? Sounds good, right? I mean, it sounds good, and I did consider it, but at the same time, I'm just like, I feel like a lot of the problem was because of operator error, right? So why would I let you back in my head, and it gets repaired, and then I'm back here in the next couple of months because of the way you do your reties. And then she even offered to just take my hair down and just redo it. But my thing is, I don't want to be here next year with the same issues, right? I don't like wasting time or money, right? So I just really, I kind of was leaning toward doing it, because I'm like, hey, if she's offering it free, what am I losing, by taking her up on that offer? And, and I do, appreciate her rectifying, trying to rectify the problem. But I woke up this morning and I was just like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to be pleased either way, as long as I have these relaxed ends on here, on my hair. And I said, I would rather next time, go ahead and take my hair down. And then next time I will know better. I won't put heat in my hair before it's time for me to go get my locks. And I won't have the issue with the heat damage and stuff. And my hair will be in a better state. So that, that would kind of cut down on things too. Because it's too long of a process that you have to go through to be disappointed. I just, yeah. So I was really upset at first, but I said, you know what? I try to be positive with things. It really doesn't help. What's done is done, right? What's done is done. So at this point, no point in crying over spilled milk. Your girl just about to get a new hairdo. She's just about to get a new hairdo. Got a new hairdo. Gonna have a new attitude. All of that. It ain't no truth, because I'm gonna rock whatever style I have. I'm gonna rock whatever I have, and I've had short hair before. I've had short hair that was natural, and I've had short hair where I had it perm too. So I'm not a stranger to it, to short hair at all. But that's pretty much how I am combing out my locks. Anyone that is curious or considering combing out your locks, that's how I've been doing it, right? So, like I said, people have different methods the way that they decide to comb out their locks. This has worked for me, all right? So I got this much so far, right? So I'm gonna continue on. Still got all of this to do. Still got all of this. Lord, another adventure, y'all. All right, y'all. If you have a lock horror story, feel free to drop those down below. Whenever I do get my hair done, I'm supposed to get it done this weekend. Of course, I'm gonna, do another video so y'all can see my hair, kind of tell you the experience and everything that I had, and all of that good stuff, y'all. But y'all, until next time, I will see you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.